Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders. Next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the outskirts of the nation's capital. It's Northwest Stadium in Landover, the home of the Commanders. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
Here's Cairo Santos ready to get this one started. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. He fields it at the 8. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very careful how you pass rush them. You're not just rushing to a spot. It's not just an X behind the center. You got to try to corral him and keep him in the pocket because when he escapes, big plays are to be had.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a first down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
I think this is something we're going to continue to see today, Mike, as this game goes along. They're going to make the defense make a decision. Do you want to account for the running back, or do you want to account for the quarterback? In this case, they choose the running back, and the quarterback makes them pay by picking up the first down.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
To the air again is Daniels. Got a man. It's that rookie 3rd-round pick. That's a dozen for number 12, and he's got a first down as well.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. And he's in. Luke McCaffrey Touchdown, Commanders. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Austin Seibert now for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Commanders will take a 7-0 lead. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. On the return, it's Tyler Scott. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
Mike, the term generational talent, it gets thrown around a bit too loosely these days, in my opinion, but you can make an argument if one guy coming out of the draft the last couple years was worthy of that description, it's Caleb Williams. I mean, the arm talent, the playmaking ability, the ability to play off script when things don't go perfectly. I mean, he is such an interesting prospect, special player, and I'm excited to watch him here in this one. The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up 2nd and long. Third and 9. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. He's got his man. Allen with the connection. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
So you find yourself on the verge of your drive stalling out, and not only do you pick up the first down, Mike, but you get a huge pass completion in the process. Really nice job keeping this opening drive of the game alive as they're really trying to start this game on a high note.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Williams. Brought in by the tight end, Cole Kmet. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Open man, that's Rome Odunze. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And he'll bring it inside the red zone. Finding space. Gain of 7. Inside the 20. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. That's a short throw caught by Kmet. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal. He'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And this has been a really nice answer so far to this game, Mike. I mean, you watch your opponent take the initial drive and go right down the field and score. And what are you going to do in response? What are you going to do when you get that ball back for the first time in your huddle? And tell you what, they've answered all those questions, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
And he's going to lose yardage. How about the defense standing up in the red zone? They'll mark it at the 10.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Throwing on second down, Williams. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. And now, 3rd and goal coming up. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And he nearly takes it in, but they're going to say he's short of the goal line. So now it is 4th and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal.
He slams it in there, and he is in. DeAndre Swift, touchdown Chicago. So they decide to go for the touchdown, and Greg, they get rewarded on 4th and goal with the 6 points.
Yeah, I think the safe bet there is you settle for the field goal and you're happy coming off the field with points, but not this play caller. He rolls the dice a little bit, but give credit to the offensive line. They created just enough of a lane for this back to take it in for 6.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. The kick is good. And the Bears come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. The return starts from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
On the ground, it's Robinson. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
The ball comes out. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Give to Robinson from the pistol. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On fourth down, the Commanders going to send out their veteran Tress Way to punt. Returnable from the 17. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Bears offense about ready to get going on their second possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. And he'll take this to about the 28. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop. Second down and 8. Off play action. Here's Williams. Throw right side, caught by Odunze. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
This is just like recess, just playing one-on-one football and saying, all right, I'm throwing you the ball. You got to go get open. This is a great job by the receiver selling it at the top of his route. The defender thought he was defending a deep ball. He sticks his foot in the ground and comes back. Well-timed, well-executed, and a nice pickup.
They will run it over center with Swift. He'll get this ahead for about 3. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop. Second and 7. To throw, it's Williams. Toss right side to the tight end, Komet. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
Williams going to look to throw it on first down. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Once the quarterback leaves the pocket, the hope is that it buys him a little time to allow second reaction from his receivers downfield. What he's not accounting for is the speed of a lot of these defensive ends in the league, Mike. He closed that distance a lot faster than I think the quarterback anticipated, and he comes away with the sack.
Give up the middle with Swift. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop. A tough spot here. Third and long. Throwing is Williams. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the defense has it. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
The Commanders' offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin with first and 10. The motion man here is McLaurin. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
On play action, Daniels. That one complete to Brian Robinson. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd and long. Now Daniels. Now they'll set up the screen to Eckler. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
I think in this field position, Mike, when 4th and short, I think you got to go for it. I think there's at least a conversation going on the sideline about whether you keep your offense on the field or send out your punt unit.
Here's Tress Way now. He'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Here's Williams now to throw. This one taken in by Odunze. And they'll mark him down up beyond the 30.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the 1st quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection, how can we get extra bodies and extra attention, because we still got a long way to go in this one.
Here's a handoff to Swift. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Frankie Luvu there to make the play defensively. Third and long. Here's Williams. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
I love the timing between the receiver and the quarterback. It's a really nice route. He's going to take this up the field, and then when he pulls that string back and he comes out of his break, the ball is there immediately. You can't wait for the receiver to actually look. This ball is well in the air before that receiver comes out of his cut.
Right back to Brown. He's got it again. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the 1st quarter. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
They'll try to run for it with Robinson. He's going nowhere. That call, not the right one. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Here's the punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Bears offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. He gets this one to Moore. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. To throw is Williams. On the out, connecting with Allen.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Here's Swift. And he'll have a 1st down as he gets this up close to the 40-yard line. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Now Williams. That'll be caught by DeAndre Swift. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Williams. He's going to tuck it and go. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Williams. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here's Torrey Taylor now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. On second down, it's Daniels. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Slot man in motion right. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. The tight end Ertz in motion. Another run here for Robinson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
On third down, they'll throw with Daniel. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tyreek Stevenson. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's... And they're going to get to him and take him down. Taken back to the other side of midfield.
Let's give a lot of credit to the defensive plan that this coaching staff has come up with coming into today's game. Every time it seems like the offense makes an adjustment, the defense counterpunches. Different looks, different fronts, different pressure packages. They have had all the answers so far, and the sacks just keep piling up.
Throwing on second down, Williams. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Throwing on first down, it's Williams. He keeps it himself. And Williams hit the deck there, but after he picked up the first down. A first down there. Gain of 14 yards.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a first down.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
On the bootleg, it's Williams. He runs with it.
It's a nice job here defensively. Down here tight, it's easy to be so concerned about stopping the pass that you lose sight of the quarterback when he decides to become a runner. Not the case here. Picks up a little positive yardage, sets up 2nd and goal.
They need 6 for the touchdown. 2nd and goal. That's complete. Komet with the catch. Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for 3rd and goal. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Commanders' offense getting set to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
Throwing on 2nd down, Daniels. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. He'll try to run for it. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
On comes the punter now, as he's on to punt for Washington. And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The Bears offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. A run here with Swift. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
3rd and long. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the 1st down, and here comes 4th down.
And that's a pretty good effort here on 3rd and long. He had nowhere to go down the field. The defense is playing real soft. He pulls it down and did all he could, but he's still going to end up being short of the 1st down.
The Bears send out their punt team. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Commanders' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 22-yard line.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's pretty well read there defensively. Anytime you throw these quick passes to the wide receivers, you're looking to pick your gain up after the catch. So let's give credit to the defense. Rally and tackle in space and keep that to a pretty modest gain.
Daniels to throw on 2nd down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They run over center with Robinson. And that's going to be enough for a 1st down, taking this to the 34. Now Daniels. A throw left side, caught by Sinnott. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the 1st half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Here's their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. The Bears offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line. 2 minutes to play. 1st half, all tied at 7. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. He's got his tight end down the field. That's Komet. A big connection to flip the field as they get across midfield on that one.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
The defense is going to have to come up with a plan for this quarterback using his legs, Mike, or it's going to be a long day. They knew coming in he was a threat, but I'm not sure they thought he would be this effective this early.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. This pass caught right side, it's Allen.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Williams. Toss right side to the tight end, Komet. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Williams. He's got the hook up there to Odunze. And he will score. Rome Odunze. Touchdown, Bears.
Just a beautiful ball there by the quarterback. And the point I want to make here, Mike, and make sure the viewer understands is, in the NFL, if you have to wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike, and he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
Santos for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Bears will move out to a 14-7 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
So, we have reached halftime, and the visiting Bears are in front. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, it's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime reports. We watched a solid performance out of running back DeAndre Swift. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half, about to get started. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And that'll be a short gain up to the 27-yard line. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's Williams now to throw. Now, a deep shot for Allen.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Catch made there by Allen. 14 on the pickup. First down, Chicago.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw, still result in a big gain.
First and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. That's to the tight end, Komet. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Looking middle and complete with Allen. To throw it again, it's Williams. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
On second down, it's a run with Swift. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Third down and 9. To throw is Williams. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
There's that man again. Another catch. And he's going to be stopped at about the 4.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass.
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Caleb Williams. Touchdown, Chicago. That is second touchdown of the afternoon.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. On is Santos for the PAT. He's got it. And the Bears will take a 21-7 lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. He'll start at the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. Here's 2nd and 6. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Tremaine Edmonds there to make the play. Third and 5. Slot man in motion left. On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. He's got the veteran Zach Ertz. A gain there of 10 yards. 1st down, Washington.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He's going to run it.
That play had sack written all over it, so that's a great job by the quarterback, not only escaping the initial pressure, even though he doesn't gain a whole lot, he's able to pick up some positive yards for what looked like a disaster in the start.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On play action, Daniels. That's going to be dropped underneath for Robinson. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
3rd and 2, and here's Daniels. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you, and sometimes when it speeds up that clock, you can make a bad throw.
DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the give, it's Swift. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. Throwing is Williams. He'll get this underneath to Swift. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
Mike, I don't really even think this is much of a conversation. On the plus side of the 50, I think you've got to keep your offense on the field, stay aggressive, and try to maintain possession. You get field position like this, you want to make sure this drive ends with some sort of points.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And they're going to mark them down up past the 35.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the 3rd quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Play action. Here's Daniels. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. That one good for 29.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Robinson. Good blocking, and he's in. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Washington. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Here's Seibert now for the point after. He's got it. And the Commanders draw closer here. It's 21-14. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
On second down, it's Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
On third down, it's Williams. He'll try and get there on the ground. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short, and now it's fourth down.
The defenders knew a pass was coming. They had their ears pinned back here on third down, but they initially allowed him to escape the pocket and make a break for it, but give him credit. They recognized the scramble quickly, rallied to the ball, stopped him short of the first down.
The Bears sending out their punt team. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Commanders' offense and running back Brian Robinson on the field for their next drive. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Luke McCaffrey, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a second down. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete. Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun on third down, Daniels. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
So the two components to a scramble drill, Mike, is the quarterback has to buy time with his legs, and then all of the receivers need to second reaction and come open downfield late. And he bought time, but nobody was able to separate, and there's nowhere to go with the ball.
The Commanders about to send this one away as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. Now, fair catch is taken back inside the 40. Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, any fear they might have had that they'd come out of the halftime break flat has completely gone out the window. They're not content, Mike, here, just having the lead. They're looking to extend it. A couple more plays like that, they're going to find themselves in scoring territory here very quickly.
Throwing on first down, it's Williams. That's over the middle and taken in by Odunze. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
An unbalanced look to the left here on first down. Now Williams. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. Off play action. Here's Williams. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. First down and goal. They'll run with Swift. A second effort, and he is in. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Bears. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Santos for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bears have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That one complete to Brown. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Daniels now going to look to throw. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better feel for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's Robinson. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Throwing is Daniels. Now he'll run. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal.
He finds the veteran Ertz. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
Going in the wrong direction. Now 2nd and goal from the 12. A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. And he's going to get this down to the 10-yard line. Two plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. It's Daniels. He's got his tight end. There's Ertz. And he will score. Game on. Zach Ertz. Touchdown, Commanders.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Seibert out now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Commanders are back to within 7. It's 28-21. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Bears offense and Caleb Williams set to take over once more. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Here's Swift. And not a whole lot there, up to about the 25. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Williams now to throw. This pass caught right side. It's Allen. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot. They will run it over center with Swift. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Another run here. Another run by Swift. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll run out of the gun. It is Swift. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
On the out, connecting with Allen. Special teams out to the field, ready for this punt. as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth-quarter lead. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Man, he fit that one in a tight window. One thing he showed off was his arm strength and his accuracy, but in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really amount to much.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. He'll get this out wide, and that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
Number 1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
They'll go again with Robinson. A nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. And that is incomplete.
They're lucky to have avoided this mistake here, Mike. In the 4th quarter, with possessions running out, that would have been a critical back-breaking play in this game. And they're going to have second life now after that defender drops the ball. And let's see if they can take advantage of it.
The Commanders set to kick this one away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. A fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 15. The Bears offense and DeAndre Swift set to get going again. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. To throw, it's Williams. To the left side, he's got Komet. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On second down, it's Daniels. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
On the zone read, here's Daniels. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
Throwing on second down, Daniels. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
On the option, here's Robinson. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Throwing now, Daniels. Now he takes off. And Daniels will have the first down as he's able to slide and avoid the contact. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
Defense got lucky on that one. There's no one accounting for the running back out of the backfield as they should have, and fortunately for them, he bails him out by not securing the catch.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He'll give it to Eckler on the option. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down. The tight end, Ertz, in motion. They'll go play action here with Daniels.
That's a great job defensively. Even though they let him escape the rush initially, there was nowhere to go with either their ball or as a runner, and they're able to force fourth down.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. They'll indeed go. It's Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on downs. The veteran Keenan Allen and the rest of the Bears offense heading out to take over once again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
They'll go again with Swift, and they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but it didn't gain any here, and now it's going to be third down.
Well, that second down play call is not real fancy, but at this point, Mike, they're in a battle with the clock. How much time can they run off and try to protect this lead? But now it brings up a pretty interesting third down. Can they keep the ball and finish this thing on offense, or are they going to have to punt it away and have their defense finish the game?
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Commanders' offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. A dive and a catch. Incredible. 12 yards on the gain. That's good for a quick first down.
And you love to see this. You find yourself here in the fourth quarter. Your team is trailing. You're trying to do anything possible to see if you can create some sort of late spark. He goes big-time effort on the layout catch, and he's able to pull it in and see if it could be a little bit of a spark here late in this ballgame.
It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They'll drop to throw. He'll tuck it and take off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Here is 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 30. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Daniels. To the outside, catch made by Brown. That's 11 yards again, 2 plays in a row. And another first down.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Daniels now on first down. That is caught, back corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
so they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bears offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
On second down, it's Williams. Completing that one to Carter. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore all over that. Gets a hand in there to knock it away. They'll come up now for second down. Williams to the air once more. He'll get this underneath to Swift. Work to do, the crowd helping the defense. 3rd down and 9. We'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. Now, a deep shot for Allen. And he's going to go all the way. How about some late magic? They've taken the lead here in the final minute of play. They get the job done in the air. Greg, that is a play we see often. It's also a play we see work very often.
Mike, that 4 vertical route, it puts a ton of pressure on the secondary. But in order to do that, you have to give your quarterback time for those receivers to get downfield. Give credit to the offensive line. That's exactly what they did. They're able to take advantage for the strike.
On is Santos for the PAT. He's got it. And the Bears will go up by 7. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. The Commanders' offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. Big, big play. 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. And here's Daniels. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game. Finding yourself down to your final timeout, this is the moment. This is the drive that you have to find a way to extend if you're going to claw yourself back into this game. But the defense comes up with a huge stop, and that will all but end this game.
1st and 10. Down to a knee goes Williams. And that should wrap this baby up. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So this one, a win for the visiting Bears. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.